How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and we are back with another Tower of Fantasy video. Today is going to be the Day 3 guide, and there's going to be a ton of important information that's even going to be useful beyond Day 3 in here. So it's going to be very important to take note that now that we have hit level 27, we will have the Bygone Phantasm unlocked, and that's going to come with a lot of things to get done. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The very first thing that you should do when you enter the game is max your main storyline. As you can see in the top right corner, the next chapter is going to unlock in 18 hours for me, and the reason this is important is because it will give you a lot of upgrade materials towards progressing your progress in the Bygone Phantasm Tower, as well as allowing you access to Cetus Island and the storyline, which will get you a lot of goodies. So once you have maxed your story, the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and check out your bounties. Your bounties are going to give you daily experience and increase your mercenary rank, which will give you more rewards later on. So it's going to be very important to capitalize on this experience right here. Once you have done both of those, you will probably be around level 25, and you're going to have to rely on some other sources of experience to get you up there. And for today, we're going to target the Mia's Kitchen. If you have any of these available, make sure you do that because they're going to reset at 5 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. EST, or, well, I guess not EST, whatever your server time is, and that's going to allow you to get a large chunk of XP, so that's going to contribute towards that goal of getting you to level cap today. Once you have done that, now we're going to talk about vitality, and this is very important because it's going to switch up a little bit, and we have some updates from the previous days. And as the game progresses, you'll see that there are different strategies that are going to change, and some things are going to be better, and the old information is not going to be as good because of the progression of the server. So with vitality, right now, the best use of vitality is probably the interstellar exploration, and the reason is that this is going to randomize the amount of stargates you get on the map, and the rewards are also going to be random. As you can see, I have some pretty weak rewards here, just 3 blue upgrade materials. There are purple ones that you can get, but there's also a star level attached to each of these stargates. So it can be anywhere from 1 to 3 stars, and every player has random gates. You can recruit other people and have them join your gate, and that is what makes it so powerful. If you have a 2-star gate, it will offer 4 of either the blue or the purple material, and that's where it becomes worth, because the only other option would be the Dimensional Trial, which gives 2 of the purple material and 2 of the blue of your choice. So that is really good, but if you can get 4 purples from the Stargate, that's going to be your better option. And then finally, the 3-star gate gives a massive 5 of either the purple or the blue material, and either the purple or the blue will be worth your time because 5 materials is better than the 4 from the Dimensional Trial, and you're going to use a lot of them in a lot of things. And the best way to get this done is going to be to check out your recruit channel. In the recruit channel, there are a lot of people spamming for interstellar exploration, and you can link your interstellar there. Here we see a 3-star acid-proof glaze times 5 mission that you could join, and then we also see a 2-star booster frame times 4. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you can find people that are linking this 5 purple frame right here, this is really good. So I would join this team instantly and use your vitality on that, because that's going to go a long way in the future for upgrading your weapons, and trust me, you're going to need a lot of these components. So once you've done that, you're going to drain most of your vitality on that. There is one other option you could consider today, since we are going into the Bygone Phantasm. You could do one join opt to try to get this blue piece of gear. It's going to be your only way to get a blue piece of gear on day 3, so it's possible you could go for that, but I would just open up. This is probably just for min-maxers. If you really want to min-max to get your top advantage in the Bygone Phantasm, you would go for that, and I would open up chests until you get the blue one, but really it's not that worth, because all you can get is purple matrix, which are okay, but in the long term you want legendaries, and the rest of this stuff is easily replaced as you level up. So really, I wouldn't recommend this. I would just say, hey, it's an option. But most likely use all of your stuff on interstellar exploration, finding the good 3-star stargates. Okay, Once you have done that, the next thing you're going to do is your runes. Your runes are going to be very important today because there is going to be gear coming from your runes on the higher versions. Once we're level 27, we unlock the AO1 hard mode as well as BO3 and some other ones. So this is going to be important. Make sure you do all your runes. And even if you pass your XP level cap, that's okay because you need these potent Omnium crystals to upgrade your suppressor, which we'll talk about a little bit later, so that you can get into that Bygone Phantasm and start climbing the ladder, climbing the leaderboard, getting your rewards, and making your character more powerful. So it's going to be very important, so make sure you do all of that. You're going to get a lot of other goodies like relic shards and gold, which will help you along the way as well. So once you've done all of that, you should be level cap now. You should be 27 plus some experience. It's going to be pretty hard for you to not be after you do all of those things. And this is where we have to start to talk about the Bygone Phantasm. And this is incredibly important because this is the new thing. This is the PvP the PvE ladder has unlocked at level 26. And if you go in here, you can see that claiming each of these rewards will give you quite a lot of goodies. Tons of dark crystals, potent Omnium crystals, as well as modules to upgrade your gear, which is going to be very, very, very crucial. So you're going to want to climb this tower, and the way it works is you're going to be put in an arena with some monsters. You're going to fight those monsters in a time limit, and if you clear it within the time limit, you're going to progress a floor on the tower. Now, there are certain weapons that get powered up based on the floor. It's going to change every couple of floors. So on this starting zone, it's going to be the Pummeler by 60% and the Rosy Edge by 30%. So if you have either of those characters, which is NA and Meryl, you'll be able to do a lot more damage. So paying attention to those weapons can be a very nice thing for you. In addition to that, tank weapons are also boosted by default, as well as support weapons by a large margin, and that's to help out tank and support players climb the ladder with a fair advantage. And then there is finally the weekly reward rank, which will calculate at the end of the week, which should be Monday. It's going to hand out rewards to you based on how well you did compared to other people that it pairs you with. It's going to pair you with random people from your server, so whether or not you're playing against a big whale or whatever, you're still want to go up there because there are tons of rewards. Even just for participating, you can get quite a bit of upgrade modules for your gear, so make sure you check that one out and prepare yourself so that you can do the best you possibly can so that you get maximum rewards. This is going to be very important. So, if you want to see how I do in the Bygone Phantasm, I'm going to be live streaming on August 12th, which is today, if you're watching this video today. If not, it's probably in the past, so don't worry about it. But I'm going to be live streaming August 12th at 6 p.m. EST. So that's when I'm going to be live streaming. I'm going to do a bunch of Nemesis pools. I got so much resources ready to go. I have probably 31,000 dark crystal or 31,000 crystals all together. I'm going to pull a lot on the Nemesis banner. I'm going to get a C6 Nemesis and do all my stuff. And then I'm going to prepare everything and go into the Bygone Phantasm Tower, and I'm going to start climbing. So if you want to see how I'm doing it, the tips and tricks I'm doing, what strategies I'm doing, how I'm progressing, 6 p.m. EST on August 12th is when I will be streaming that. Make sure to check in. It's on the YouTube channel. So you'll be able to just click there directly. Also in my Discord if you need an extra announcement for that. So, once we have covered all that stuff, right? Now, how do we prepare for the Bygone Phantasm? And we're going to talk about a couple of other daily things that you're going to need to get done. So first, we're going to talk about the Suppressor Grind. So the Suppressor is this device that upgrades your overall combat level. It's going to increase the more you get it up there. It's going to give you HP, crit, attack, resistance, all of those good things that you're going to want. And the way you upgrade it is by getting potent Omnium crystals. These only come from a few sources, so we'll talk about that. But the suppressor is going to make you more powerful and allow you to enter higher level zones without dying to the poison or radiation that's within the zones. So this is going to be very, very crucial. So the way you're going to get potent Omnium things, the first source is going to come from map completion. As you can see here in Astra, for achieving 440 points, you get 2 of these potent Omniums. I've already gotten it, so I got that checked off my list. And there's going to be 1 in each map category, and it's usually in the low end for the higher maps. So here it's at 300 for Bounties, and then for Navia it's at 250, so the first tier. And you can easily get these even in Warren, which is the snow zone. I was managed to heal myself with Nemesis while running around collecting checkpoints like the teleports and the scenic points, which gave me quite a lot of contribution towards this exploration progress, and I was able to get the 2 potent Omniums here. If you can't get the potent Omnium in Warren, don't worry about it. It will be difficult, especially without Nemesis, but if you can probably squeeze in Crown once you upgrade your Suppressor to 3.1, and then you can definitely do Navia, because the story should take you to Cetus Island, and you'll be right around that rank right then. So that's going to be your first source of it. The next source is going to come from Ruins. So Ruins is also going to have potent Omnium crystals tied to them, and this is why you're going to want to do all your Ruins. Even if you're XP capped, it's okay. Like I said, today is going to be a day where you might waste some XP, and that's all right, because we're preparing for Bygone Phantasm, which is going to set us up later on down the line in a better position. So you're going to get the potent Omnium crystals, as well as a bunch of other stuff like achievement points and relic shards and gold, so it's all going to be very useful for you. And then you are also going to get these potent Omnium crystals from the Bygone Phantasm itself, so you're going to have to go in, try a bit, get stuck at a floor, go out, collect your rewards, rinse and repeat, right? So you're going to be able to get your potent Omnium crystals from doing some of those floors right there. And then the final place that you're going to get these is from the Wanderer's Log. On each chapter, there usually is something that has 2 potent Omnium crystals, so you're going to want to complete that. You're going to want to complete all of these chapters if you can, so that you can go ahead and collect the rewards to prepare yourself for the tower. And even if you have to waste a little bit of XP using some chips, like the blue chips, that's okay. It's worth it. This is going to be okay at this time. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's cover some more daily checklist stuff. So we're going to do, of course, the free daily gifts at the Black Market, which is going to be located at this teleport in Bangis. So you're going to go right here, Space Rift Black Market, and then we will have a new one, which I did the jump climb for to get to Cetus Island before, so I've been collecting it, the Claw Machine at Cetus Island. It's in the back behind the tent next to the NPC called Slayer. You're going to use this Claw Machine to pick up these purple cats. Definitely target those, and you're going to get 2 gifts from there. So make sure you're doing that daily, because that's going to allow you to access your Awakening at some point very early in the game. And Awakening is just a special buff that's going to go onto your character depending on who you awaken. It's like a rapport gift type deal. So once you've gotten those done, make sure to double check in with your crew and make sure you've done your crew donation. Donate for the day, because that's going to give you crew points, which is really important. It's also another source of potent Omnium crystal that you could potentially get. And then also be aware, I messed up and I picked the Wormhole and the Void Rift. We're not going to get that this week, so hopefully you didn't do that like me. I know a lot of people in the last video were commenting and saying they did, and it was like, oh, it's unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is. So check in with your crew, make sure you get all your stuff done. And then you're going to want to go ahead and cover your training. Your training today is going to be a little bit different. The first training is going to be speed training, and since we are now level 27, we will have access to Bangie's speed training 1, 2, and 3. There is no difference between Bangie's 1, 2, and 3. Just make sure you do not do Astra, because it gives a lower point value. So I did Bangie's training 1 for speed, and that gave it to me. It was super easy. Just reach a checkpoint and no problem there. The next one, oh my gosh, you thought yesterday was terrible with rolling the ball down the hill. I hate this burger. Right? This little burger right here on the screen, I hate this burger. And that's not something I usually say. I usually like burgers. This is like a tilting puzzle maze where you have to adjust the board and get this little ball to go towards the maze, and it falls off the edge. It's terrible. It's like something out of Big Brother or something. I hate these little challenges, but hopefully you can get it. Luckily, I had a lot of practice on this one in the closed beta tests, so I know how to deal with it. But my number 1 tip for this is to go slow, because you will tilt the board and the ball will not start rolling, but all of a sudden it'll start picking up a bunch of speed and momentum, and then you just can't get it to tilt back. So just go very slow, make it creep along. It'll pick up momentum, trust me, and then just tilt it little bit by little bit, tap it, and you should be able to get it all the way to the goal, and that'll max out your training points, which is going to be very important. The next thing we're going to talk about is the newcomer event, because at this time we may possibly be able, well, not may, you will potentially be able to get your 700 points from the newcomer event and select your SSR weapon. I would recommend to use it on something good like King or Samir, or maybe if you're just really into PvP, Meryl or Huma. It depends on what you want to do, but you know, get something powerful, something that you want. And of course, play the way that you want to play. If you really like a character, if you like Crow, if you like Tsubasa, go for it. You know, do your thing. So that's going to be available on this day because you're going to be able to unlock some of these vitality spending points, which will contribute towards your goal. You're going to have to invest in some password chests if you want to unlock it on this day. But that's up to you. Depends on how hard you plan to progress in the Bygone Phantasm Tower. But if you want to, you can power through some of these. You can use your vitality, you can use your password chest, and you can get these things done and unlocked. You should be able to reach about 700 points, but it's going to be stretching it. It's going to be really close, right? So if you don't want to do that, if you just want to chill and wait for tomorrow, that's totally okay. And it will be so much easier to get that 700 points tomorrow. So definitely go ahead and check that out and make sure you're keeping on track for that. So once you've handled the newcomer event, we're going to talk about some other important stuff. We're going to go to the commissionary, and then we're going to check out these shops, because now that the Phantasm is unlocked, we will have the ability to get gear coming from a little bit from that runes, and it will also come from that join op like we talked about before. There is an equipment box for your green gear. You will get gear over time. Do not buy this, okay? Do not buy it. It's a trap. Avoid it. The thing that you should be getting is this advanced module first. That's the most important thing. Get 2 of those, because that is the item that's required to upgrade your gear, and we'll talk about that right after this. And the next thing you want to get is the booster modules. Booster modules are going to be another component that's required to upgrade your gear, and it's going to be very important as well. So once we have done that, let's go ahead and talk about that gear. The gear in your backpack is going to be in the equipment slot. And once you get the gear from those runes, you should have about 4 pieces on day 3. You might get an extra one RNG from this white item. It's possible. But the only other way you would possibly be able to get some is from the joint operation by getting the blue item, and remember that the joint operation is specific for those items listed, so you can't get anything outside of that. Or getting a random box by spending your dust, but I really wouldn't recommend that unless you're going for like absolute rank 1 on the leaderboard. But the way this is going to work is you want to ideally get a lot of your pieces to 5. If you can get your pieces to rank 5, you will unlock a special bonus, which will give you extra materials for whatever it is you're doing. So here I'm going to upgrade my pants to rank 5, and this is permanent. It's not on the actual gear piece. This is just the enhancement, so it's on the slot. So no matter what gear you get in the future, it's going to be permanently enhanced and unlocked, and that's going to go a long way towards helping you out. So once you have done that, the next thing you could do is potentially upgrade your gloves, because they do give crit when you upgrade them. So this is probably the one you want to focus the most if you have some extra booster modules. But do keep in mind that there is a max level, so you can see I can't go any further here. I need to be Wanderer level 32. So 5 is going to be the cap. So you're going to get all of these to 5, and that's going to help you out. And if you do happen to RNG that gray one in like a helm slot or a different slot, you can upgrade that one towards 4. You won't be able to reach 5 because you probably won't have enough advanced modules. But once you start in the Phantasm, you might get enough for that. So that's going to be very important to do. And after that, we do have a bit of an update from the support points, so I wanted to talk about that really quick. The support points, we thought in the closed beta, well, we knew in the closed beta that they were capped at 700 a day. Turns out that's not the case in the game right now. We were able to get more than 700 per day. I have 1700 right now, and I haven't done anything for today. So you're going to want to go ahead and earn these support points. You're going to get them by doing world bosses and forcing the chest open instead of doing the Sethphir, as well as doing any activity that requires vitality when you do not have vitality yourself, so helping out other players. And the best things to buy in the shop is going to be the joint supply chip. This is going to be, you're going to get 3 of these weekly. It's going to double your drop rate for gear from the joint operation. So this is a very important item to have going into the future. So getting 3 of those would cost you 2,700 points. So definitely try to do that before the week, especially since we have a short week this week because we launched on, Thursday? So Black Nucleus is your second target, which is going to be 3,000 points total. You can get 10 of them total. This will help you get out some little rolls. Maybe you'll get lucky and get something, maybe not. And then your third target would be the gold. 50,000 gold is pretty nice, so that could be something to go for. These 2 little tokens up here, I probably wouldn't worry about them on week 1 because we have a short week today, so go ahead and target those another time. They're going to be there forever, so you don't have to worry about that. And then these little rock cores are absolutely useless, so don't touch those at all. So that's going to be your best go-to. And then I will point out one final thing for the point store, these training missions that you've been doing. You can go ahead and buy 2 of the find gifts. And when you do that, select the tool set gift. If you get 2 of those, then you will have the ability to do your SSR relic quest down the line. And since we have Cetus Island unlocked now, you should be able to start going in towards that area and working towards that. So that's just a small note there. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that we have there. Once again, make sure to check out my live stream on August 12th, 6 p.m. EST tonight. I hope that this guide helped you. If it did help you in any way, shape, or form, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. That's going to be it for this video, and we will catch you in the next one.